Let's get some well-deserved rest.
Mm-hmm.
Lazy.
Who cares? Lazy asshole.
Chapter 5. Is Sebastian going to be dead again?
Probably.
Is there any way to avoid him dying? There must
Probably
be, right?
not. He's red coat at this point.
Poor him.
Bryce!
We don't need to save here.
No. Bing bong.
That must be him.
Hope you're ready to see the fireworks because I've brought everything we need.
Also, how's your butt?
How is it? It was very small.
It's bleeding a lot.
I've got internal bleeding.
I think you ruptured my intestines.
Yes. I think it went up to my lungs. I'm scared. I'm scared, Bryce.
In front of him, there was a woven basket that was closed at the top. It reminded me a lot of a typical picnic basket.
A picnic basket?
What are you talking about?
Snacks and other things, you'll see.
Let's go then. Yep, it's the same
exact
shitty
3D rendered shit show.
After a few minutes of walking, we arrived at a rather empty-looking area near the edge of town.
Except Ideen over there and Anna.
And all the
hitting.
past me's.
Yeah.
Where's everyone else? Thought the whole population was watching the fireworks.
Well, there are the more public spaces, but someone like you would get pushed around a lot in the crowds. Besides, I think you'll appreciate the solitude.
If you say so.
The fireworks should start any minute now. If you're hungry, you can grab something from the fun basket.
He puts it on his crotch and it's his dick inside.
That's
Fun basket.
what I call it.
I didn't know snacks were that much fun for you.
It certainly can be. Besides, there are other things inside as well. Oh, I think it started.
We waited quietly as the stillness of the night enveloped us. Soon I heard the sound of a first rocket making its way into the night sky, after which it exploded in a pattern of colours. More rockets followed, their thunderous noise echoing throughout the land. We've seen this so many times now.
It's so unimpressive. Why are there clouds in the sky when it's evening? Why does it look like it's the day sky, but it's been slightly darkened?
Hey, he's hitting on us. You gotta hit on him.
You remember what happened last time when there were fireworks?
Is that what the fun basket is for?
Actually, no. Not unless you feel adventurous.
We're already outside. That's pretty adventurous, I'd say.
Oh, for God's sake. Suit yourself.
Bryce opened the basket, feeling around in it with one of his claws. Meanwhile, my gaze wandered to the illuminated night sky. Suddenly, a terrible realization hit me. I was bleeding again. Yeah, we've seen this. Bloody blah blah. Okay, Bryce, I think we need to go, now.
What, do you think we should take this somewhere else?
I know where Reza is.
What are you talking about? Are you sure?
I'd bet my life on it.
More like your butt. Then we have no time to lose, let's go. He didn't take much
We arrived at the portal a few minutes later. While I checked out the portal itself, Bryce looked around the area. I was glad to see it was still turned off. It had been used recently. It would either still be running or in the process of recharging. Whereas it was still here somewhere.
Damn it!
What is it, Bryce? Hesitating, I drew nearer.
It's a sheep.
Poor
He's
Seb.
a dead sheep. Dead sheep is a dead sheep.
He's dead, but still warm. bastard!
Reza hasn't used the portal yet.
I can't take him seriously after he fucked us up the ass. I'm so sorry, I just can't take him seriously anymore. How could he? Isn't it broken?
Not anymore. Looks like someone repaired it.
And he must be close. Where is he? What is so important that he won't leave without it?
The underground building. The administrator had told me all about the prowess of the generators within. Probably hadn't been hard for Reza to guess the same, or to try stealing it from a place he knew would be even more deserted than the rest of the village was right now.
That must be it.
So what do we do now?
We could wait for a minute, but I think I've got an even better plan.
What is
Let's
it?
go get shot! Let's just do it like last time. You go in first, and I'll stay behind and out of sight. If you meet him, you can confront him and maybe talk him down. But if he tries to flee, he'll still have to get through me first.
Alright, let's go. Bryce led me to the dig site where they had unearthed the building's entry. Once we got nearer, he stayed behind and motioned for me to go forward. He slowly followed me, trying to stay in cover as I entered the building.
Yeah, huge-ass dragon staying in cover. We can skip
Now
all this.
this will probably... Well, we can't because then we might run the risk of... So I'm just going to quick save here. And skip it with rapid space bars.
Oh, that's hurting my head. Maybe I can.
Suddenly, Bryce was standing next to me. He used instant transmission.
Transmission?
You know, from Dragon Ball Z.
No, I don't. Now you're showing your true colors, horny.
No, Reza, you did. I was willing to talk this out.
Alright, game's over.
He pulled out his gun. Not sure which one of us he should be aiming at.
The 6 bullets I have here should be more than enough for you two. Wouldn't be so sure for that.
Do you think you can really do that, Reza? You think this is worth risking your life for?
I've been risking my life every day for the last 2 weeks. What did you do during that time? Sip champagne in your nice apartment? Besides, this generator's the whole building came from our time. They belong to humanity!
Suddenly, the administrator came out of the shadows in the hallway behind Reza.
No, they belong to me.
Confused, Reza spun around, aiming his gun at the newcomer, who was slowly walking towards him, except he no longer held the gun for some reason.
Who the fuck are you? Freeze! I said freeze! Want to waste your bullets on me? Feel free. Can't stop all of us. You say so.
He pulled the trigger, and the administrator fell to the ground with a dull thud that knocked her mask off.
Dead.
As her hair color changed again,
I have no idea, pal.
my first instinct was to run away, but as Bryce started charging, so did I. Reza aimed at Bryce, took 4 shots before he stumbled and fell, then Reza aimed at me. I quickly dove behind the box with the generator for cover, just as Reza pulled the trigger, but he shot 5 times, he only has 1 bullet. As Reza pulled the trigger multiple times. Oh yeah. Only a single shot came out and lodged itself in the box. Though I was seemingly unharmed, a loud hiss began to emanate from my cover.
Run, Hornet! It's going to explode!
Immediately, Reza and I ran towards the exit. Gaining speed, he pushed me and I fell to the ground as he ran outside. As I got up again, I saw Bryce still laying in the same spot. What about you?
Can't move, just go. It'll be any second now.
I ran as fast as I could. As I was about to reach the outside, I looked back over my shoulder just in time to see Bryce throwing himself on the box before it exploded. There was a rain of small debris as I heard the walls of the building shaking in their foundation. As I made my way to the portal, I saw Reza fumbling with his gun as Maverick pounced on him. He bit into Reza's neck and strained for a second before ripping a large chunk out of it. Reza wasn't moving when Maverick walked off and came towards me.
He thinks you're with him. Where's Bryce?
He was inside, threw himself on the generator before it exploded. His face contorted into an expression of pain and anger I hadn't seen before.
I greatly admired him, you know. I knew I couldn't trust a lot of you when you came here. His blood is on your hands because he got involved in your matters, your pointless struggles. You never were on our side. It was your fight that you brought here, that all of us, got involved in. Our world, your battlefield, our people, the casualties. And you still pretend that you were just trying to help us?
It was Bryce himself who asked me for help. He would have wanted to.
Don't tell me what he would have wanted! He's the only reason you are still breathing! The portal is over here. I'm giving you this one chance to leave. If you refuse, I will kill you.
Alright. He accompanied me to the portal, never leaving my side. When we arrived, I remembered there was something they needed to know before I left. Wait, the comet, you need to listen. Suddenly, one of his claws wrapped around my neck and tightened its grip until it was cutting off my airways.
I said you had one chance. One more word, human, and you're dead. Do you hear me?
He let me go and shoved me towards the portal's controls. As I tried to figure out its interface, only one set of coordinates presented themselves to me, which I confirmed. Wordlessly, I took my place in the middle of the portal. Maverick's gaze never left me as the portal did its startup routine, and I thought about what would happen now. I was going to be the one who would have to tell humanity what happened, but Reza was dead and I escaped with nothing but my own life. I was sure the welcome I was to receive would not be a warm one. This mission had been a last-ditch effort on humanity's part to save our slowly dying city. For all my efforts, not only had I gained nothing, but I had also lost the PDAs I had given to the dragons. Considering our city's failure, I could only guess that whatever other cities remained had limited time as well. At this rate, humanity was doomed. On the other hand, all of those who knew about the danger of a comet in the dragon's world were either gone or dead. Maverick would no doubt tell his own side of the story of how he stopped both Reza and I, who he held accountable for the deaths that had occurred. Maybe he would be hailed as a hero for having stopped Reza, only to be proven wrong when a few weeks later the comet would strike. Well, I still can't get over the fact that so little is different in each ending.
It's so lackluster.
The same scenes, the same vague progression.
Just the slightly different ending.
Yeah.
Each time.
I mean, hopefully the true ending is better, but even so, it feels horribly copy-paste. We never saw that.
That's when,
Yeah, that's when If You Let Him In first, but we've never seen that actually happen. Because we go in first.
Yeah.
And save him. Kaboom!
Kaboom, indeed. Do we watch the... Oh yeah, him as a baby.
Bryce.
Little Bryce. Now I need to get his good ending.
Yep, and that shouldn't take too long
It's
at all.
nearly 2.
And then I guess we can start on getting Remy's.
I'd say get one of his endings if we can. I don't know how to get it though. I think what we have to do is we have to.
Well, we can
redo
get
that
the bad
thing.
one. There's no in between. The snowed one. Just Simon.
How did? Okay then. Next we just. I don't know how we do that though.
Do what?
That picture is awful, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's so
yeah.
bad.
What were you gonna say?
I forgot.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Jordy, it was like a few seconds ago!
I got distracted by this ever-growing tear in my jeans. I don't get them teared from the design like some people do. That's just a waste of money. Welcome back. If you haven't realized it yet, this is the day of your arrival in this world.
Who are you? I can't remember anything.
It's fine if you don't. Actually, this may be better for both of us. I don't even know if we've met before, or if this is just the effect of the teleportation. Either way, it doesn't matter. Come on, Remy will pick you up soon, and there's something else we need to take care of first. What?
You've seen Bryce's bad ending.
Yay!
Catastrophe.
Now we need to go and talk to Maverick.
Right. Load.
Which one was it?
It wasn't either of those. It was this one.
Ah.
Tell Maverick to wait.
Wait!
Wait. He stopped and waited for a few seconds.
That music. What do you want from me?
Do you have something against humans in general? Or is it just Reza and me? Do you think you're superior to us because of your wings and teeth and claws, your fire? Or is it just jealousy or projected hate? I know the first day I met you, you all hung up on people paying attention to us because we're human. I can assure you there's nothing about us to be jealous about. Our world is a wasteland. He closed the door before he turned back around to face me.
You're really playing an innocent role, aren't you? Now you're offering yourself as a bargaining chip for Reza. At this rate, even I might start to believe you if I didn't have reason not to.
If I were with Reza, it would have been much easier for me to pull a gun on you too, the day you were shot. But I didn't even bring one when I came through the portal.
Plausible deniability. Or, as we all like to say, good cop, bad cop. If Reza's plan fails, you and the rest of humanity can disavow Reza's actions as his own and still go through with the trade as agreed, and Reza will be dealt with however. Yet if Reza's plan succeeds, you will have given us nothing and still have gained what you wanted.
If Reza got away, you'd still have me, though.
If your world is a wasteland, don't you think losing you is the price they would gladly pay?
Maverick's words made me think. Did I really have the complete picture before I stepped through the portal? I guess that would explain why I got the job in the first place.
Besides, Reza only stole the things humanity wants, so he's clearly not just doing this for himself.
His actions only started after that confrontation with you, though. Maybe none of this was planned.
Don't be stupid. Don't you think I've forgotten about the secret message he sent you?
I still don't know what he would have told me that day if you hadn't interrupted us.
He wanted to discuss his plans with you. Only after I found out about the secret message he sent you, did I realize that all the messages sent back and forth between the portals could have been similar even before your arrival.
He did buy an awful lot of lemons.
Yes.
Not just one, loads.
Shit, do you think this was a plan that humanity came up with?
Quite possibly, maybe.
Shit!
When the police searched Rez's apartment, of course none of these old letters could be found.
Those did not have any secret messages.
Is that so?
None that I knew of, at least. When he sent me that secret message, I initially had no idea how to read it.
But you knew it was a secret message.
Yes.
But that's not true for messages he sent before you came through the portal.
I don't think so.
Maybe those messages weren't intended for you then.
We're not that different, you know.
What are you talking about?
I reached into my pocket. I still have that? I don't know how long it's been. I pulled out the wrinkled piece of paper and showed it to him. According to these test results, humans and dragons show remarkable similarities for different species from different evolutionary lines and completely different worlds.
Why do you think I care about that? It wouldn't make a damn difference to me if other dragons came through the portal instead of humans. I was the only one who followed Reza and knew something was off. But all of my concerns were swept away in the wind. It was never about you being humans. It was about my people not hearing my pleas and the leniency they were willing to show you, all in the name of fostering this diplomatic relationship. But you two came in here and strutted around like you owned the place as you tore my home apart. The blood of those who died is on the hands of everyone who allowed this to happen.
They'd listened to me in the first place. Maybe I'd have caught Reza that day I was wounded, and things would look very different right now.
I agree.
Then why do you blame me for suspecting you?
All this time, I've just been helping the police.
So have I. Maybe they'll finally catch Reza and we'll see how all of this turns out. Wait a minute. You had Anna perform these tests for you?
It was more the other way around. She was the one who wanted to study my blood.
Suddenly I'm not surprised that you had these tests done. She can be ruthless when she wants something. What did she do to get your blood?
She asked nicely for it.
That's weird. She asked nicely? Nothing else in the world right now could be more worth than samples of your blood, and you just gave them to her? You know what? Maybe I was wrong. Even if humanity and Reza have cooked up a crazy plan, and even if they are willing to sacrifice either of you for their own gain, maybe you really have nothing to do with it. Maybe you are just clueless. Doesn't really matter much, though. After all, you have nothing to gain from me if I change my opinion of you. To me, proof is the only thing that matters, that really matters. So my feelings on the issue are not important. If you work with the police long enough, you'll just learn to take things as they are. Maybe with you, I'll have to admit that I was wrong. But I won't ever stop looking for those who are responsible for this. And if I find them, I will show no mercy. Zip.
Then I had to wait. Yeah.
We'll do it. Skippity-doo-dah, skippity-day.
Lots of skipping. Then we did this. And then we rested. Right. Meet with Bryce.
Maybe save...
It doesn't matter.
Yes, skip. As you wish.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
Did he threaten you?
No, I was honest with him. And in turn, I think he was honest with me as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I had nothing to hide. If he was willing to talk, I wasn't going to turn down the opportunity.
How'd that go?
I think he doesn't suspect me as much anymore.
Guess leaving you alone with him wasn't such a bad thing after all.
Suppose you could say so.
I just did. Now
What's
skip.
that outside?
Let's get fucked up the bum bum. Oh, I want you to scream.
Right.
Ah!
Get some well-deserved rest.
Put it in! Ooh. It's different cat.
Yeah.
Leadership.
Chapter.
I'm guessing what
5.
happens this time is Maverick comes as well, and then he intervenes like he does every other
Maybe.
time. Yeah.
It's not going to be too different.
No, of course it isn't. Bryce.
This will all be the same.
She's all a shame. Fun basket. That's got to be the name of that episode. By the way. His basket of fun. That's my phobia, Alfred. Alfred! I'm scared! Alfred!
God, Sebastian, you're so incompetent. You've died like 6 times.
I told you he's a red coat. Now we can skip everything until the confrontation.
Don't fucking kill yourself. Suddenly, Bryce and Maverick were standing next to me. Okay.
We got 2 manly men. You planned this, didn't you, Horny? Traitor! And to think I let you distract me with such a cheap trick, just because I thought you still had a shred of humanity within you.
He pulled out his gun, not sure which one of us he should be aiming at. He'd done this too many times, he still hadn't figured it out.
Just let me go and I'll forget this thing ever happened.
You got 6 bullets for 3 people. Do you think you can really do that, Reza? Do you think this is worth risking your life for?
I've been risking my life for this every day for the last 2 weeks. What did you do during that time? Sip champagne in a nice apartment? Besides, this generator and the whole building came from our time. They belong to humanity.
Suddenly, the administrator came out of the shadows in the hallway behind Reza.
It's always the same. No, they belong to me.
Confused,
It's not a
Reza spun around. Then he got dizzy and fell over, aiming his gun at the newcomer who was slowly walking towards him.
Who the fuck are you? Freeze! I said freeze! Want to waste your bullets on me? Feel free. Can't stop all of us. You say so.
He pulled the trigger and the administrator fell to the ground with a dull thud that knocked her mask off. And the same hair color again. My first instinct was to run away, but as Bryce and Maverick started charging, so did I. Reza was quick with his aim, shooting both Maverick and Bryce twice before pointing his gun in my direction. I quickly dove behind the box with the generator for cover, just as Reza pulled the trigger multiple times. Only a single shot came out and lodged itself in the box. Though I was seemingly unharmed, a loud hiss began to emanate from my cover.
Again. Everybody run, it's going to explode! Zip.
I started running towards the exit and was soon overtaken by both Reza and Maverick. I looked back over my shoulder to see Bryce grab the administrator before he started running as well.
Boom!
Just as I reached the outside, the explosion knocked me off my feet.
Whee!
There was a
You
rain
landed
of
in that
small
tree.
debris as I heard the walls of the building shaking in their foundation. As I looked up, I saw Reza fumbling with his gun as Maverick pounced on him. What? He bit into Reza's neck and strained for a second before ripping a large chunk out of it. Reza wasn't moving when Maverick walked off and came towards me.
Where's Bryce?
I looked towards the entry, which was now mostly blocked by debris. He must still be inside.
Then what are you still waiting for? Come on!
We ran towards the rubble, and to see the administrator crawling through a small hole as she removed the last bits of debris that separated her from the outside world. Afterwards she laid down, panting heavily. Water began to trickle from the new opening. It's water pockets. The building must be flooded.
And he's still inside! I'll clear away the rubble and you try to find him.
We both set to work as I stuck my head into the hole that the administrator crawled out of. The place was flooded completely, but luckily, even through the water I could see Bryce as he also tried to clear away the rubble from the other side. Quickly I pulled my head back out of the hole. He's on the other side, trying to get through.
He knows how long he's been underwater. Give him some air!
I took a deep breath before I went in again. I extended my arm to grab Bryce's muzzle. Luckily, he seemed to understand what I was going for as he moved into my reach. I pressed my lips to his muzzle, giving him some much-needed air. I drew back, repeating the same process a few times, while Maverick cleared away the rubble, until eventually Bryce surfaced panting heavily.
We snorked him until he was free.
Are you alright?
Throat! It hurts! Yes, let's get away from it before the empty water pockets cave in something. My throat is killing me now.
Maverick carried the administrator while we went uphill towards the portal.
He did.
Yee.
They gone.
When I came across Reza's corpse, I took the time to strip him of his gun and ammo. I wanted the dragons to find them. Meanwhile, the administrator was set on the ground, and Bryce checked out everyone's injuries. Likely it seemed both Bryce's and Maverick's were comparatively minor and didn't need any immediate attention. The administrator was not so lucky, however. She squirmed as Bryce moved her clothes out of the way to get a good look at the bullet wound.
No, don't!
As I returned then, I heard Bryce audibly gasping.
Damn it.
Is it bad?
Tony, do you remember the first victim? The blood on his muzzle from front and back was neither yours nor Rez's, but still distinctly human. Thought it was an error, or that our DNA tests weren't compatible.
What?
She did it? Reza doesn't have a matching bite wound from him. She does.
I considered the implications of Bryce's words. Whereas Reza usually didn't hesitate to admit the killings to reach a goal he thought noble, he had denied any such actions this time.
Why did she
We must have
do
skipped
it?
that. Of course, there was no use ignoring the evidence before us. This could only mean one thing. Why'd you do it, Izumi? Why did you kill them?
He did kill them, you know? Just not in this timeline. If you can remember my name now, then you should also remember what else he would have done. How he would have enslaved them to use as weapons back in the future, and how he doesn't care what happens to this world. I had to do it in order to put you all on the same trail he would have. If I'd come to you during the first night and tried to explain that to you, that I'm a time traveler who had to kill in order to prevent the suffering that is that is magnitudes greater, genocide, slavery, would you have believed me? Who could have known that? Sometimes even Reza can change. If he didn't kill anyone, there would have been no investigations, and you wouldn't have known how dangerous he is when he shows his true colors. You just saw that even in this scenario, he wouldn't shy away from shooting others to get what he wants. Besides, I don't think to risk jeopardizing our experience by changing things. It could erase all the progress we have made, and all the things we've learned over the many times we've done this now. If I didn't shove you out of the way in the cellar when the light fixture came down, you would have died then and there. That's what happens the first few times. There was a lot of trial and error involved to get where we are now. You wouldn't believe the lengths I have to go through every single time and the consequences if I don't. So it's like Groundhog Day and Edge of Tomorrow. Except she's not Tom Cruise or Emily Blunt. You could not have followed the same path and arrived here if I didn't kill them. The fact that you remembered that it was originally Reza who did it, and only proves just how important this is. Only if the events stayed the same long enough will you be able to learn from them and remember, despite the effects the repeated teleportations have on your memory. This only tells me that I've made the right call.
If Reza had nothing to do with it, then what was he doing when he was trying to take the generator?
I slipped him a note, and he thought it came from you. It said to meet here and take the generator before you'd leave together. He played his part well enough so you could tell the difference.
So, he really did think that I planned all of this, but I lured him here to have him arrested by Bryce and Maverick?
For all he's done, I think he deserves to know what betrayal feels like. I've listened to this long enough now. It was you, and that's all that matters to me. No, Maverick, don't do it. I'll tear you apart!
Bryce tried to go between them, but Maverick aimed his shoulder squarely into Bryce's bullet wound. Bryce collapsed, convulsing in pain as Maverick pounced on Izumi and tore into her. Meanwhile, I put a few bullets into the gun I took from Reza before I aimed at Maverick and pulled the trigger several times.
Well then, now everyone's
Maverick
a murderer.
collapsed instantly and looked at me with a pained expression. Beneath him lay Izumi, dead.
Why?
He was trembling and took a few slow steps towards me, only stopping when I aimed a gun at him. Stop right there!
She killed them and you protect her?
We needed her!
I told you I'd show no mercy if I found the killer. Just when I thought I could trust you, I should have known you'd shoot me, just like Reza did.
No, it's not like that!
Then why?
I don't think I can explain. He shook his head weakly.
Thanks for proving me right, Horny. Do you remember when I confronted you a while back and asked you to explain your reasons? You told me I wouldn't understand. You're right. I don't...
His head slumped as he closed his eyes. He was dead.
Gage. He cried. He cried. He cried. He died and he cried. Depressing. Ah! This is a long ending.
Hey, Bryce.
I'm afraid I've got some pretty bad news for you.
What is it?
We were able to power the portal again, even without the generators from the lab, but we still couldn't re-establish contact with humanity.
Why not?
Ever since the portal got sabotaged and was repaired, the coordinates, the connection to humanity's portal, just wasn't there anymore.
Can't you locate it again?
We don't know how. We found a different set of coordinates in there, but for some reason we weren't able to use them.
I know, only I can. They're for travelling back in time to the day of my arrival.
Guess you really are a time traveler, huh?
Now that you know everything, that really shouldn't surprise you.
What are you gonna do now?
Well, I guess returning to humanity is out of the picture.
So it's either staying here or using the portal to return to the day you arrived here. All that time travel business is too complicated for me.
Izumi had it all figured out. I'm wondering what she would think about this outcome. All she ever wanted was to save you dragons, just like Reza only wanted to save humanity.
Neither shied away from killing people, so maybe you shouldn't look at them as pillars of morality. Either way, I'm not sure if we really have much choice here. They don't actually know if they can stop the comet. Of course they'll try, but without the generators from the lab, it's not looking great for us.
I initially came here to help humanity, but if I go back with what I know now, maybe I can help you too.
At any rate, it was nice while it lasted.
Hey, no need for melancholy now. It's not as if we're not going to see each other again. Soon I was preparing to return to the day of my arrival. Despite her actions, Izumi had made a good point. Think about the knowledge I had now, I realized just how important it was to remember. That would help me during my next attempt. No doubt the teleportation would erase some of my memory again, but I could think of a few ways to retain some knowledge. Not only did I take my own written account of what had happened with me, but there were also physical reminders I could bring to remember, such as Izumi's mask and cloak.
Ah!
And thus I became the administrator.
Like in that one ending. Ah, yeah.
With her gone, I was now the one with the most experience. As I made my way to the portal, I realized that in order to make this mission a success, to save everyone, this time I would just have to save myself. Time travel is fucking weird.
I know, how does this correlate into... So now what...
I mean, there are timelines where Zumi had died before this one.
Yeah. But then you still have the generators, they didn't explode. So you could save the
But
dragons.
the bad ending for Bryce had that happen, and the administrator was still there. And Izumi had died.
Well, I don't know, man. These are confusing. Well, now we've got both his good endings, and the good ending had more to it. But, you know, not... Still, it was the same thing.
Yeah. That does... It still disappoints me.
Yes. And the good ending is just all of them in there instead. We'll all help you, horny.
The power of friendship!
That's the real power of teamwork. Sonic Heroes.
And then suddenly Horny summons a Keyblade.
And then Sonic comes out to help. And it's really stupid. It's fucking
And then there's
dumb.
Goku too.
Yeah.
Just protagonist from any game and series just appears.
It is a clusterfuck. Absolute clusterfuck.
Introduced with scary wings.
Scary rings.
Scary wings.
So scary.
Scary wings.
And scary rings. Chair fart. Chair fart.
You have seen
Chair
Bryce's good ending.
Murderer.